so today is the 8th of May, and yesterday we had FOMC, which was an outside day. It took the lows, it took the highs, excuse me, and so when it took this low, it looked below these two lows, and then it failed to hold. It failed to get to this target. So that was a good signal to take a long trade here. You can see that from there we bounced through the whole range with a pretty tight risk. Those look below and fail. They're like setups that you should pay attention to, because they happen all over, all the time, in all time ranges. You have an established range, then you look below that range, then you see a spike with low volume, very thin volume, and then once you get above this previous low, then that's a signal to go long with a stop below this low, target the middle of the range, and then eventually the top of the range. So the point of control, the 20-day point of control, shifted here. It was down here, 55.50. Now it's here, which is telling me that this market is accepting higher prices. You know, we have all these signs, right? Like first of all, we couldn't break lower. Point of control shifted, and now we're testing the upper side of the range. So we have, if we look at this as one distribution, it's not very nice looking. But you know, we might fill this a little bit and then make it more like a nice distribution. But you see, we have an excess to the downside, but we still don't have an excess to the upside. We have a bullish imbalance here. We have another bullish imbalance here in the overnight session. So if we break above this weekly high, then I'm looking for this 57.50 area to be tested, which, you know, we have the yearly week up, we have the quarterly pivot, you have this untested settlement, bullish target that I had also. So all these targets up here. Now, if we get below, I think this is going to be choppy.
Order filled.
This is going to be choppy, and because we're opening with a gap and inventory mostly long, I'm looking for some inventory correction initially, at least to fill the gap, the RTH gap, and then see if we can test yesterday's value. And always the rule is that if we accept inside value, then we do a value area sweep and test value area low. But in this case, because we tested this yesterday and we had such a hard bounce, I think that these lows are pretty safe today. So if we test, I would be looking for a gap fill and be looking for bounces. Be looking to buy a bounce after a retest in this area. And Q, same thing. The target up, if we get above the previous week's high. I have one here at 330. 335-ish, and then another one here at 20,400, which is a bullish imbalance from a previous session from before. But we have the 200 moving average here, so getting above it is pretty significant. So watch this area if we break above it. If we excuse me, if we get below it, fill the gap. Then, you know, the target to the downside is like yes, I'm looking for value area high from yesterday to hold. But if it doesn't, then you know what to target. Well, your low, which is here at 19,810 or 19,800. Let's see what else. Well, crude did what I said yesterday. Went back to that 58.20. Now it's trading back and forth in this range. This area that was a little bit of resistance, now is a little bit of support, but I don't think this is, I think this is gonna keep trading back and forth in this range. So, you know, the magnet is still here. And then gold, so broke above it, tested, and again rejected this upper range. So, but now this low volume area is kind of filling up a little bit, so maybe it'll start becoming a larger distribution, and we trade back and forth in this range. But still the 20-day point of control is here at 33.20, but it could be starting to shift up here, and eventually this will become the 20-day point of control. The 5-day point of control is up here at 3,400. So these two areas are going to be magnets until this either shifts or we keep accepting values here. Let's see, we have we don't have much, not big news, but we're still dealing with the whole, we have a US and UK trade deal press conference at 10 a.m., so watch that. Anything related to tariffs is going to move the market, so. All right, have a good day and good luck.